Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for coming back to EDT Ode to Treasure. This is Steven. This is my channel where I collect fragrances. I live in Japan. I buy fragrances online, discontinued, vintage, rare, and interesting fragrances, and they come in the mail. I open them up, and I show you what they are. I show you why I bought them and anything interesting about them. These just came recently. I already opened up the boxes and confirmed with the seller, just because I didn't want to wait on that. And I'll just show you what I bought. These are two celebrity fragrances. We have Salvador Dali fragrances and we have Cristiano Ronaldo fragrances. But before I get to this one, let me start with this one and tell you what's special about this. So you guys know who Salvador Dali is? Let's take a look at this set. This is a mini set. So Salvador Dali is a famous painter, a famous artist whose style was a surrealistic style. And the bottles are really cool. So here's a set. Did you know that there's a long line of fragrances with Salvador Dali? There's a whole bunch of them. There's like 20 or 30 of them. I had no idea until recently. I saw something online about this fragrance and I got really curious. And then I looked online and saw this set being sold and I picked it up. Let's take a look at this set and what's in it. Parfum Salvador Dali, Paris. So these are the fragrance names inside. We have Laguna, 5 ml, Salvador, 5 ml, Dalissime, 5. This one is called Salvador Dali for Men. This is an 8 ml bottle. And Salvador Dali Parfum de Toilette. The bottles are really cool. Let's check these out, get a closer look at them. It's like, these are lips and a nose is the cap. Look at that. This one too, it's just a set of lips on top is the cap. And this one is interesting. This one is, these are lips on the bottom and the nose here on top. Look at that. And same with this one. This one kind of just looks the most ordinary, but it's got the, it's the shape of this bottle is right here. See that? The round bottom and the lips on top, the lip cap. Very interesting presentation. And some very famous perfumers made these. I believe this one is Alberto Marias. And Mark Buxton did, I think, these two. And this one is Thierry Wasser is the name of this perfumer. So these three are ladies' fragrances, but these are the two that I was very interested in. And I'll just talk about these just for a couple minutes here. This one I was very curious about because it was just, it was considered like a dark men's fragrance from the 80s. And this one is from 1987, Salvador Dali for Men. And I was not disappointed, guys. I took a dab of each one on each different arm like a half an hour ago. Before I made this video, I actually did a little bit of research. I looked on Fragrantica. This has a ton of notes, like most fragrances from the 80s. And this is just awesome. I think this is fantastic. This is a rough and rugged men's fragrance. This is like the 80s powerhouse style in full effect, guys. This is down and dirty. And this kind of reminds me of the video. The one I did like a month ago was called Giorgio Beverly Hills Red for Men. And that's like a rough, dirty, leathery fragrance. And this is the same thing. It's not as leathery. But if you are not into that, do not touch this. This is for guys that are looking for that 80s powerhouse, rough and rugged, tough fragrance. You wouldn't think so in this kind of a stylish Salvador Dali bottle that you would have an awesome 80s fragrance in here. Guys, you cannot compare this to Paco Rabanne Invictus or Dior Sauvage. I mean, this must be compared to fragrances like Kouros or Lapidus Pour Homme. Any of those 80s powerhouse fragrances, that's what you compare this to. The guy that made this also made Furio. I mean, this is what you would compare to Jacques Bogart, one-man show and fragrances like that. So I like this. I looked online. You could still get something like this. You can get a 100 ml bottle for about 30 bucks, but it's the newer formulation. Of course, these are the vintage ones. This set probably came out around 95 to 99, probably in the late 90s. This one, guys, this one's really cool. This one, Salvador. This is 1991. This is an early 90s, more of a fresh fragrance. Does have a whole lot of notes in it. And I looked on Fragrantica, of course. People compare this to Ralph Lauren Safari. And I don't really like Ralph Lauren Safari. I find it very weak and soft. So I think this one is better than that. And they also compare this to YSL Jazz. And I actually think this is much more similar to YSL Jazz. This doesn't have that oak moss in it, but this is a masculine fresh fragrance. And I put it on this arm right here, and it smells fantastic. I wish I had a full bottle of this, like a 100 ml bottle. Unfortunately, I looked this up on eBay, and I can't find it. All I can find, a couple of sales. This is going for $100 for a vintage 100 ml bottle. A 50 ml bottle is going for about $60. I looked online here in Japan and I found one. There is a 50 ml full. It's in an open box, but it's going for about $55, and I'm just not sure if I want to buy it. I mean, I have to say no sometimes. But there's another set like this for sale. So I got this for about $11. It was 1,500 yen. And there's another one like this from a different seller for 1,500 yen. It's funny, it's the same price. So I don't know if I should spend another $11 and I'll have 16 ml in 2 minis and a 10 ml in 2 minis of this. I'm not sure. That's this one. All right, so Salvador Dali, this mini set is really cool. Now let's talk about this one. So this is a celebrity that I think more people around the world know about. Christiano Ronaldo. He is probably the most famous soccer player or footballer in the world, next to Leo Messi, I guess. I'm not a big soccer fan, but I know who he is. And of course, I live overseas. If you live in America, you might not know who this is, but I'm American, but I live in Japan. Of course, I know who this is. I got this for like $12, this 50 ml CR7 Game On. So a couple things about this one. Actually, a lot of his fragrances, they're actually not bad. They're not bad. I'll say they're pretty good, but not great. So this one's sealed. I'm not going to open it because I already have a bottle that's open. I bought it because it's so cheap and it's sealed. I might just sell this or give this away and just keep this one. What does this smell like? Guys, this is a cologne. This is like a 85 to 90% smell-alike to a popular designer cologne that happens to be one of my favorites, and that is this one right here. This is Armani Stronger With You. This is a 15 ml bottle. This is the bottle actually that I keep in my bag. Keep this in my backpack and I carry this around all the time. This is the one that I spray at night if whatever I'm wearing during the day, if it runs out, if I don't have anything else, I want to smell nice, I spray this one on. This one is just fantastic. It's a sweet, woody fragrance with some note of chestnut and vanilla, I believe. And it's just the perfect guy's fragrance to me because it's modern. It has the great combination of sweetness and woods. And just, it's not for hot weather. It's perfect in the cold weather. But in the summer, even at night, 1 or 2 sprays is fine. Just don't overdo it. And nobody's going to say, oh, that's too cloying. This is fantastic. So it's actually not that expensive to buy a 50 ml or 100 ml of the regular Stronger With You, not any of the flankers. It's like $75. But this one's cheaper. I think this one, the 50 ml is like $20 in USA. And it smells just like it. Of course, it doesn't last as long as this. This one is better. But if this were, let's say, a 9, or I want to say this is a 10, but let's say this is a 9.5. This is like an 8. This is a solid 8 to 8.5. If it lasted longer, it would be 8.5 or 9. So let's say this is an 8 on a 10 scale of good fragrances. And it's a cologne. So my attitude towards colognes, I don't look down on colognes. I think it's fine. I mean, not all of us can own the actual Mona Lisa, but what's wrong with having a print of Mona Lisa up on the wall, you know? And one more thing, there are a few colognes of this that are out and available, and I have another one right here. I'll just show you real quick. This is called Armaf Odyssey Homme White. And as you can tell, I haven't even opened it. I bought this like 3 years ago. I mean, this thing, when did this thing, there it is, produced, yeah, January 2020. I got this in the summer of 2020 when the COVID-19 thing was going on. And I didn't even open it. And at the time, I didn't know what it smelled like. I just got it because it was like 20 bucks, and it was I just threw it in the cart with another batch of things that I was buying. And recently I saw that this smells just like Stronger With You. So I'm not sure if I'm going to open it. I have these two that smell alike right now. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, sell it or keep it. One more note on Cristiano Ronaldo fragrances. I have this one. I think this is his best one. Legacy, the regular Legacy is a woody, like a modern woody fragrance. And to me, it's just all right. It doesn't last that long. Smells nice. But this one is something special. The bottle is beautiful. It's very similar to the regular Legacy bottle. Let me show you the bottom. Eau de parfum. The cap is pretty cool with this this texture on it, and it has it's a magnetic cap that snaps into place. Private edition. So this one is a woody fragrance. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. It's not as sweet as this one, but this one is different because it has a maple note, almost like a maple syrup note. But it's not like a overly sweet maple syrup. So that's just interesting. And if you have a chance to get this one cheap, if you're looking at something that you want that's interesting, that not everybody else is wearing in colder weather, cooler weather, check this one out. Ronaldo Legacy Private Edition. And that's all I have to say. There's one more that I like. The regular CR7 is a red. It's a red bottle. And that one smells similar to Le Male. Of course, I love Le Male. You guys know that. The opening of that one has that sweet lavender that reminds you of Le Male, and then it dries down to something more woody. And that's the difference with that one. And if you're in your 20s or 30s and you want a cheapie that just smells modern, that it's hard to dislike, I would get the CR7, the red one. The blue one is not that interesting. If you can sample them at a store, at a drugstore, or whatever, wherever you can find it, go for it. But Game On and the red CR7 and Legacy Private Edition, those are the best from this celebrity, Cristiano Ronaldo. And I guess that's it. That's it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up. If you like the video, if you like this kind of content, let me know. Say hello in the comments. What do you think about these fragrances? Totally different celebrities, right? Dali and Ronaldo. Dali's from Spain. Is Ronaldo from Spain? Or is he from Portugal? I'm not sure. You tell me in the comments, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the other videos on my eaudetreasure channel. Maybe there's some brand names and fragrances that you really like that I open up and give you my initial impressions. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys are having a great day out there. Until the next video, take care.